Hey guys, Vern, welcome back. I'm walking uphill. What a surprise, right? So I'm in Saranda, and one place that I didn't quite get to that I'm going to get to now is a place called Lekursi Castle. And also across from that is a place called the Forty Saints Monastery. So both places are pretty old, and I'm excited to go see them. So let's check it out.
Hey, Vern.
I just took off my jacket. I may even take off my hoodie. It's starting to get so warm. So this is the first time that I've actually been able to take clothes off, I think, since last, I want to say November. I could almost go to a t-shirt right now, which is amazing. So I'm really excited, and I'm happy to show this place to you once I get up here. So let's check it out. All right, so we're just moving right along, walking up this gravel road. It's got a few switchbacks. Looks to be somebody building a home site on here, looks like. What a great area too. Got this beautiful backdrop. Got the ocean in the background with Saranda City down below. Now the places that we're going are up on top of the mountain up here. And back in the day, when you were the elite people, you wanted to have your own safe haven. And the only way to get that was to go up to the highest hill and then build your fortress walls around that area to protect you from any people that might be tired of your crap, so to say. And so that's where we're headed. We're headed uphill. And at one time, I think the locals didn't have this hill option that I'm taking up right now. I think they had to go around the city and then into the castle, down into it. So things have changed, and we're just hoofing it on foot. It's getting more beautiful the higher I go. So I'll give you an idea of what we're looking at. Gorgeous day too. Looks like somebody had a fire up here last night. Maybe they're clearing the land, trying to burn that tree, hard to say. In any event, up we go. So I'll let you see what I see as I'm going up. So here's that tree we were just looking at. Looks like they're trying to get rid of it and burn it. Yeah, looks to be the case. Hard to burn a green tree though, right? The last time I was here, I didn't quite have the right directions of where to get to this place. And I was quite a bit down below the hill, and the day was fast ending, as nightfall comes pretty early here this time of the year. So basically, I never made it here. And so today, we're gonna have plenty of time to check out these two places. A lot of fern pine trees. It seems to be the native tree in this area. I would have for sure thought it would have been like an oak or an elder or something else. There's something up here. Not sure what that is. If they're building something new or what. Hard to say. Thousands of years of history up in these parts. Nice walk, huh, guys? How do you beat that? It's something you don't see very often. So I started out, all right, how can I point this out to you guys? If you look kind of straight ahead toward the middle, almost to the water is where I started my walk today. So that's how far I've gone, all the way up here. And we got a little ways left to go. Kind of an interesting building here. Makes you think there were things here before, especially with that rock wall up there like that. See it? People been in these parts for thousands of years. This view, why not, right? Why not? All right, so as we come up to this curve up here, what I had done last time is at this curve I went straight. And it's a wonderful area, but you can't get up to this monastery because it's very rocky. It's a bit of a walk. So what you want to do is take this left here, and then I believe take the first right, and then it should be on your right. So that's where we're headed now. Yeah, at least they left one wall. Very steep walking. Take your time, bring some water, and you'll be great. All right. So we got the view just walking up this short distance. Now we're out of breath. So I stopped for a second to have a little water break. I'm looking at this rock here, and I bet this would be great for flint mapping. If you look at it here, it can get a real sharp edge, and then here it can fracture off into different smaller sections. So I'm wondering if they could flint map this stuff into making like an arrowhead or spearhead. All right, so this might be a private wall, I'm not sure yet. There's a gate up there that looks to be closed. So back in the day, if you had to go to the castle or to the monastery, you may have rode your donkey up these hills. And if somebody was on your donkey and you needed a rest, maybe that's where the saying comes, hey, get off my ass. I don't know, just saying. I don't know, guys. This could be private here. I thought this was it. Oh, shoot. I got no signal here because my cell phone I have has a dead battery. I guess I could plug it in. But there's this little road up here. So maybe I need to go up that one. So let's go back up that little road. So I guess we're gonna try this little offshoot here. So I'm not sure where else to go if this isn't it. Well, it did say short left, so maybe this is the short left instead of what I thought was back there, the short left. Yeah, this must be it here. All right, up we go. Would be nice to ride a donkey up here, but I need the exercise. Definitely need the exercise. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Some real nice hiking here. Real nice hiking in the Mediterranean, you guys. So I encourage you to come up here if you can. All right, so maybe this splits up right here. Maybe this is the right that I wanted. I think it is. All right, so here's where the road splits. I guess it makes sense because these places are probably toward the top anyway, so keep going high. You'll eventually get there. All right, so right in the middle, all the way to the ocean is about where I started. So I'll give you a new perspective as I've gone up a little bit higher. Used to be a house up here. What a view that guy's gonna have. My gosh, or woman, whoever has the house. Incredible choice. So when we started walking, this is the wall that we saw from down there. So somebody's got a killer piece of property up here. As nice as the wall was, I thought it was part of this monastery. I don't think it is though. If it is, it's closed, so at this point I can't tell. The other really odd thing is there's nobody around to ask directions up here. All these house sites are barren, which is really odd. Well, I'm sure it's up here. Just keep trucking along. All right, so we look to be on top of the ridge here. And I'm hoping that's it over there. As we make our way around this winding gravel road. I don't know if this is it or... I just don't know. I guess we try to take a look up here. There's nothing intuitive about this little area here. Wait, this gal will know. Say, the 40 monastery, 40 Saints? Oh, here, this way. Ah, okay. Talamandera, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I go that way. Ah. And then this way? Okay. Okay, Talamandera, thank you. So she says straight and then to the right. All right. Yeah, get your chicken on right there. Chicken fingers. Chicken fingers. All right. That's what we call free range, baby. Free range. No cage there. Probably real tasty too when their days are done. Nice view of the backside of this mountain. So the monastery is a bit of a walk. And once you get to the monastery, you still have a little ways in this direction to keep going to the castle. So I'm gonna ask these folks here if it's to the right or straight. Find out. Say monastery or straight? Monastery, 40 Saints? 40 Saints Monastery? Church? Here or here? Oh, here. Ah, here and then left. Okay, Talamandarit. Thank you, thank you. All right, so on our way. So no matter how slow you speak English, if it isn't connecting, it isn't connecting. You know, that's the bummer, not knowing another language. But one of the things is I haven't heard a lot of the language spoken here. And when I do hear it, and I try repronouncing it, boy, it takes a lot of time just to get one word close. So straight and left must be here. Okay. Well, it could be either or. But I'm gonna think it goes this way. Let's try first this way. If not, I'll ask somebody else. Well, it's definitely not intuitive to where exactly this place is. I should have looked on the map a little bit more before I came up here. Hello? All right, so he was helpful. Told me straight on. All right, rock and roll. So look at these abandoned buildings here, you guys. Now, why would you abandon these buildings in a perfectly prime location? Maybe they didn't have enough money to finish them. Maybe they're a long-term project. Maybe the person died. I don't know. But I tell you what, if I had this ridge view and it was legal for me to build here, heck, I'd be finishing that in a minute. You know it. I'd probably raise them up another story too, get a better view. So I'm curious now. I'm going to scramble up here and look at this. Try to figure out if people lived in this yet or if it's always been empty. Seems like it's been up here for quite a while. Why it never had windows? Why wasn't it ever finished? Or was it just got taken apart? I don't know. Ah, it's got some writing up there. It used to be something. Maybe it was a government building that went into disrepair after communism dropped out. Very unusual. Looks like the ceiling went in right there. Huh. It's got a poured slab, so it's probably from 1950s, 1960s up. It's even got a little reinforcement in the wall. Some wire there. Very interesting. Beautiful views out the windows though. Look at that. Yeah. Looks like he used to have had a road here at one point. Went through. Yeah, I was able to strip down to my t-shirt. What a nice blessing that is. What a nice blessing. So I'm hoping it's right up here. And I believe Lekursi Castle should be farther down this road also. Just keep on. So like they say, it's all about the journey. I showed you where I started out from. Yeah, I could have taken a taxi. I could have probably rented a motorcycle today. But you know what? I spent about 5 years hardly getting any exercise, and it really kicked my butt riding a motorcycle all the time. So I owe it to myself, and maybe you owe it to yourself, to try to get more exercise than you do car rides and motorcycle rides. That's something to think about, okay? Ryan Twain sang that song, "Looks like we made it." I'll show you where we're at. All right, so there's our signage. Here's our 360. So what do you think of that, guys, for a walk today, huh? And just remember, we got to walk all the way back. We still got one other castle to visit. All right, guys, as I like to say, we're going in. We are going in. It's 200 lek, $2. Wow, the ruins are here right away. Very cool. Now comes the ocean breeze. Wow. I'll show you what I'm seeing here. So it's unfortunate, but the bombing of World War II knocked down some of the main walls here. I suppose they didn't want this to be used as any kind of a fortress. I think the ancestors came here for pilgrimages. Amazing. Still some of the original flooring. And see how they inscribed it, try to get a little more traction. Just like the Romans did back on the old marble walkways. Very cool. Has a very peaceful feeling up here. All right, so we got some little ruins going down here. Some small rooms. Oh, this is interesting. Look down here. Oh, wow, they've got an underground in here. Now that's darn cool. Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable. Look at that. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to get in there. All right. Of course, we don't have a light. I never planned to come to these places and find these tunnels or these rooms. But darn it, I gotta bring a light. This is getting unquestionably, there's unquestionably a pattern coming here, not having a light. So that's got to change. Wow, some of these ruins are covered too. So we'll go back to that. I didn't realize I couldn't get down there easily, the area that I was at, so I'll have to go in here. It just feels like there's a reverence in here. I don't know what it is. It's a very peaceful feeling up here. Very peaceful up here. I don't have any bad vibes at all. Wow. So maybe this was their well over here. That's what I'm guessing. The ceiling gets lower and lower, progressively lower. So are they restoring this? Are they trying to preserve it for some reason? Not really sure. So let's look at the construction here. It looks to be all rock. All rock in here. I don't see any brick really. Maybe some small pieces. Yeah, there is some kind of a little bit of a brick in here. Maybe it's of a local clay. but it wasn't like really staggered out. So this must have been the inside rooms or something. Thinking this is the inside of the church. That's where they have it covered. That's my guess. What's that pit there for? Oh my gosh, there's an underground right there. Look at that, you guys. Whoa, I can feel the cold air coming up through there. Oh, that's freaky. Now I gotta know what's down there. And that's why that's over there too. They're trying to keep this underground from collapsing. Now I gotta know what's in there. Wow. You know, they had these places for safety in case they were being attacked. They could go down there and hold out for a while. What are these stairs going up to? You got this shaft here. I don't know. Really bizarre. Really unusual. It's hard to figure this place out. I will say that. Is this part of an outer wall? Usually the thick blocks that are stacked together are part of some kind of an outer wall, like the defensive wall. Wow. Oh my gosh, what a view up here. What a view. Holy smokes. Yeah, I see why they chose this area. That's Corfu in the distance. There's Saranda. Look at that. Look at the view up here, you guys. Wow. Just wow. That's stellar. Then you got the mountains over here. Yeah, I could see why this was an amazing retreat center back in the day. Let's walk up here a little bit. So this is kind of interesting. We've got this little circular pit up here. That goes down into the next level. Boy, that's really bizarre. Why do they have that to go down to another level? Is it light? What was that? Oh, and look here. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't see that before. Awesome. Very awesome. You can see the little brickway they had here too. That was a nice walkway at one point. So I'll give you a bird's eye shot here. Let's see. Actually, some people showed up, some tourists maybe. That or they work here, I'm not sure. So we want to go down there and check that out. See if we can go in. We've got a little bit more up here to do, so let's poke around. That's really interesting, that shaft going down below. Very interesting. Now look at how rough this is, right? That was not smooth in the day. Their walkways were not that great. I have a feeling their shoes had more of a hard sole to withstand the unevenness of those pavers. Your mind can just wander on what used to be here, right? Just wander. So one thing I thought was kind of interesting is it seemed to have these clay pipes in here. Now that could have been for heating, it could have been for water, it could have been for air. Hard to say, but there definitely is an underground here. I really want to see what that's about. Oh, this looks kind of nice in here. Let's look at this. I think this was a baptismal pool, but look at how deep that is. Yeah, it could have been. But there are no stairs going in there, so I can't see that being a baptismal pool, being that deep like that with no stairs. Yeah, I can't. I think that's something else. Interesting, though. Usually baptismals will have some stairs to go in because you're baptizing because you're baptizing people of all ages, older people, kids, and they're not going to jump into that thing like that, so it needs to be of an easy access. Interesting. So who walked these steps before, right? Who was here walking before me? How many thousands of people? And what did they experience? What was their life about? What did they gain by being here? All right, so you can see there used to be an opening here with the notches in the stone. Kind of see that in the old Roman era also. Yeah, they did some nice work here for the, look at how the stones were kind of at a diagonal pattern coming through here. This was kind of a special area. They put some work into this room. Used to be like a little stage going up here. Interesting. Looks to be another doorway right there. Those blocks. You got this circular part here. So these rooms could have had many different functions. Many different functions. So it's really too bad they bombed this place. All these good symbols, bad symbols, they're part of our humanity. We have them to learn from. And without them, the visual reminders are forgotten. And then people can make up their own history, whatever they want it to say or mean. But with something visual, it's hard to fake the meaning to a lot of those things. Look at this interesting room here. Oh, that was pretty important. Now, where does that go down to? Wow. Wow. I'm getting excited to see what's down in that stairwell there. Oh, very interesting. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Looks like it had a wrought iron gate there one time. This looks bunker era here. With that steel reinforcement there. The concrete with no blocks. Yeah, this is bunker era stuff here. Wow. That's my best guess. Let's see how the construction changed. You got more fancy mortar in between the blocks. Where before it was really crude. This was a defensive position right here. Probably for the government. That's my guess. Yeah, I can see the steel reinforcement. That's not real old or ancient. There's another room down here too. Well, how far does that go back? It goes back maybe 12 feet. Well, I suppose, oh, there's a big old nest there. We don't want to mess with that. Yeah, I think it's time to go. It's either a wasp or some kind of a hummingbird. I don't want to take the chance, whatever it is. If it's sleeping and frozen, yeah, it could stay sleeping. The castle may be up there. In any event, I'm not sure how to get up there. If it is, it'll be a bit of a walk. I'll show you the view we got here now. That is just stellar. Gorgeous day, gorgeous area. There's the bunker. There's the mountains in the backdrop. So my guess, they probably had a big gun in here. They had a view of the bay. In case some ships came in there they didn't want, they could shoot their big old gun out to it. So it must have been a hell of a big gun. It's going to shoot out that far. How they got it up here and into that hole, I don't know. It was no easy task. So it looks like we got a bit of work to go back around. I don't think there's an easy way down. So here's another place here people could stand and preach from. Have this amazing mountain backdrop here. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's at a weird angle though. The floor is kind of going up in the back. I don't know. Not sure what that was for. Interesting. Like I say, it's hard to decipher. All I got is a bunch of pieces. Lost memories. Alright, so that's kind of a strange concrete facing in there. See how it's almost like a plaster? Oh yeah, look, we got a gated off area here. What's beyond that, right? Very interesting. I guess we gotta go around, get around this way. Yeah, maybe we can. Most of the original walkways are pretty rough or gone. Wow. Look at that. Oh, that's really curious. Real interesting. What's that hiding, right? Wow. Alright. So you got these odd-shaped rooms. That's going underneath the building there. Maybe there was a stairway going down here at one time. Alright. It doesn't go far back. How about this one? What's the story on this? Very interesting opening. Very bizarre. Alright. Moving right along. Oh, look at this underground. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I wonder if we could get in that, if we could pay somebody to get in this. Wow. This is like a cistern or something down in here. See that? Wild. It's very damp. I never expected this to be that big underground. It said something on the wall in there too. Let's see if I can get my camera to adjust here. I don't know if you can read that. There used to be some kind of an inscription on that sandstone, it looks like, at one point. Wow. That's pretty amazing. I want to go in there, like in the worst way. There's no real stairs to go up in there, so there's that one doorway there. Looks like you used to be able to get in. Look at how they notch this for traction so your feet would grip on here. See that? They made the lines. I've seen that in the old Roman places too. Used to have a guy probably making those notches. Look at this. Little archway. That's really cool. You got a little bit of a view back here. These gals enjoying the day. How do you beat that view? A little hole in there, so maybe there was a spring that brought water right to there when the cistern filled up. I'm thinking that's a cistern. You need water, right? Especially if you're doing baptismals. But look at how they built this arch. I've never seen that. They use those blocks up at an angle. Wild. And why is there this opening? What's that all about? Another one there. Huh. Oh yeah. another opening here. There's a candle in there too. Was. A lot of candles set in there, looks to be. So what was this all about? Is it a cistern? Is there a chapel down in here? Oh, look at how far back that goes. There's something back in there. So we can zoom in. Yeah, I want to go in there and poke around. Looks to be some stuff back in there. Different rooms and walls and whatnot. Off to the left here. Looks to be something else back in here. Some opening. So with all the soot in this area, people have still been coming up here for a while. Looks to be quite a bit of wax up there. So people are making a pilgrimage here still, I guess. So with an old monastery like this, you would think there would be some kind of a graveyard nearby. I haven't seen anything yet. Haven't seen any tombstones. Holy cow, another cave right below the monastery. Wow, look at this. Yeah, sometime if I get a light, I'm gonna have to go back through there. It seems to go back a ways too. Very wild. So below the monastery, toward the backside, looks to be a cave. Looks like they're filling it full of trash. I'm wondering if that goes into the monastery. Very interesting. Maybe their back door exit. So I'm gonna say just about every old site has probably got some kind of an underground. Roman, Christian, Muslim, whatever. I think most of these places have some kind of a tunnel. Oh my gosh, another underground, and they're filling it full of trash. You know how to tell it's an underground? See how the stones are laying flat on the outside edge instead of just, tells me that they built this. They built this all up. Or if you look up higher, the rocks are more random, but see how they're kind of laying flat? It's like they're spaced out in here. See how different that is? This is a big underground chamber. And it was the same way on the other level up higher. When they built that, I don't know. Gotta wonder. Gotta wonder. All right, so here's where we're at. We're walking the backside of this ridge, passing all these old tunnels. See that winding road up there? The castle's up there. So I still got a ways to walk. I'm walking now for 10-15 minutes. So I gotta kind of navigate these little switchbacks and try not to get lost. So I did notice a lack of trash pickup in here, which is kind of surprising because everything else is fairly modern. Why that is, I don't know. I should really have a couple dumpsters up here for the locals. So the trash pickup is kind of a community thing here. If you see a dumpster and you put your trash in there, that's good. That's what it's all about. There isn't really any individual pickup as far as I'm aware of. It's all just main collection dumpsters, which I think is great. But if there's no dumpster up on the hill, like up where we were at, people tend to get lazy and just kind of throw their crap wherever, and that's not good. That stuff's gonna take a long time to go away. Just walking the herd. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
So there's the castle up there. The young man says it's been closed for 5 months, so I may not get up there. All right, so it looks like we're going back downhill. since the castle's closed, and we'd have to start out going all the way up this hill, all the switchbacks up. I don't think my feet are going to handle that today. And then to have it closed, no place to get anything to eat. I think that'll be a different day. Now, people tend to put some little idols up on their things, which seems a little bit creepy. But there we got a couple bears. Still haven't found out the significance of that. It seems a little bit creepy, but it's not my thing. But it isn't my culture either, so I can't really knock it. Love these little places that you just got your own oranges. It's just so amazing. Right in your own yard. All right. Like I say, the castle's all the way up to the top. I think we'll save that for another day. It'll be another day. All right, you guys, I'm gonna grab some food on the way back. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and we'll catch you next time.